Day 52, I think. Confirm later. Departing the Knee shelter. I was so exhausted yesterday that I was asleep by 8 o'clock. And, along about 4:30, I'm up. I'm ready to go. And so here I go. Today we have, the plan is 16.8 miles. And we have Dragon's Tooth. And we're going to have to talk about geology, because this 30-foot spire of rock that shoots into the air didn't just happen. So I'll be going over some of that a little bit later. So I'm going to go slow, not trip, and watch the sunrise in about an hour. Oh, and also today I'm approaching the Roanoke area, and I'm gonna get met by a trail angel that's helping me out. And then I'm gonna take a short day, and then a zero. I've got to do some routine labs and other errands. So I'm gonna do a zero in Roanoke, and then plan the next steps. Let's see if I can do this trick. So with your headlamp, you get all these bug eyes now that there's bugs, and you can kind of reflect off their eyes. And if you want to get a look at what bug it is, you can see that there is a spider. Looks like a wolf spider or something. So there are spider eyes everywhere reflecting my headlamp, and they're all different kinds of spiders. I mean, they're everywhere. So if you're squeamish about spiders, maybe this isn't the greatest place for you. The Dragon's Tooth, which I'll do today, is one of the, I guess what they call the Virginia Triple Crown, which is three iconic locations along the trail: Dragon's Tooth, McAfee Knob, and then another called the Tinker Cliffs. And they're all pretty unique. And I guess there's a challenge that people around here do, and they try to do all three at once. I think it's 30-something miles, and which I won't be doing. I'll be doing one of them today, and then I'll have to see how it goes after that. I've got to make some plans on when I'm going to do the other two. Okay, this is not going to be fun. The bridge is out, so looks like I'll be wading through in bare feet somewhere in here, because I will not be getting my shoes wet. All right, here goes. Found the spot. All right, I made it. I'm gonna have second breakfast while my feet dry. I'm glad it's a relatively warm day. Heading up to the next ridge. This is a memorial to a World War II veteran, Audie Murphy. And it says he was the most decorated veteran of World War II. Medal of Honor, Legion of Merit, Distinguished Service Cross, 3 Purple Hearts. And apparently he perished in 1971 in an airplane crash somewhere around here. And this is a remote area. You have to really work to get up here. It was a 1,500-foot climb for me. I don't know if there's another way up here, but clearly lots of people come out and leave things. There's a flag folded up there. And there's a picture of Audie Murphy right there. But there's all kinds of mementos. Looks like someone left dog tags up here. There's another dog tag. All right, I'm going to try to do this. I'm about to head up to Dragon's Tooth, and the geology there is a little different. So it's not as simple as the Ridge and Valley, and the key to all this is the number 2. And if you look at like an aerial map, like Google Earth, you can see the number 2 in the surface of the earth. And if you follow the path the AT takes, it follows the ridge, and you can also see a big number 2. And so what would explain that? So let's take our our standard folds, and this is our hard surface, right? This is our flat layer that was warped into folds, and when you level that off, that explains the ridge and the valley. But it's not always that simple. So what if you have a broad fold where my left hand is, and then you have sort of a sharp fold where my other hand is, and then you plunge that down, right? So you take the whole thing and you also plunge it downward. Well, you get the trace of the number 2. And I know I didn't explain that too well, but what we have here is basically it's a plunging anticline and a plunging syncline, and that syncline actually juts up and forms Dragon Tooth. And so I hope to be able to see it when I'm up there and explain it a little better, maybe. I don't know. All right, that ridge up there is the first part of the 2, if you were to draw it. And it does a pretty good arc all the way around that way, until you get to the pointy part of the 2, which is Dragon's Tooth. All right, I'm up on the ridge. This is the hard rock that forms the ridge, and you can see the bedding planes are sort of vertical, close to vertical, and so they should be roughly parallel to the path all the way around the top of the 2. We'll see if that holds up. But yeah, these are the beds that form the hard layer I was talking about. I'm about a half mile from Dragon's Tooth. This is it. this is the last of my food. It's been rattling around in my food bag for 5 days. And I have 2.5 miles to go. Oh, I have a little peanut butter too. But that's all the food I have. I did do a wrap up for that day, so future me is going to do it right now. I tell you, the stretch from 3 miles before you get to Dragon's Tooth to 2 miles afterwards, that was a tough section of trail. It takes a long time to do that. And just after north of Dragon's Tooth, you have to put your poles away and do some minor rock climbing, and it's tough to do with a backpack. So anyway, it was a 16.8 mile day, and I'm going to post a link to a geologic explanation of Dragon's Tooth that does a much better job than I did explaining what was going on. I got the general concept correct. Plunging folds in the rock layers. So I'm going to put a link. It gets into some deep geologic doo-doo if you want to get into it, but there are some interesting things there that I didn't know about, some faults, but it is a good detailed explanation of why you get the shape in the rock, the number 2 that you get there. So good night. Help me, Honey Bon. You're my only hope.